Hi there. On the 19th of September, Venus moves into Virgo. So she's just spent quite some time in Leo. So the difference between Venus and Leo to Venus and Virgo is huge. It's like Venus and Leo is all about putting yourself out there. It's all about, focusing on how you look, how people receive you, being extroverted, all of that sort of energy. But when she moves into Virgo, it becomes more of an inner journey where you're really looking at your inner values. Now, Venus rules love, beauty, and money. So those are the things that we're going to be focusing on while she's in Virgo. And of course, Virgo is the energy of perfection. And it's also the energy of serving others, of wanting to be like the wind beneath other people's wings, or to be in the background, making sure that everything's okay. So while Venus is moving in Virgo, we're all being asked about what worth do you actually put on yourself? So do you feel in your life that your relationship honors you? Do you feel like your boss values you? And do you see your own worth and your own abilities in this lifetime? Because when Venus is in Virgo, we get a chance to sort of review all of that and to see where we're not so much stepping up enough, where we're not stepping up enough internally. And what that means is not so much not stepping up to do the work, but not stepping up to believe that you're capable of doing the work. Because everything's got to start with you. What you put out there has to come from a belief inside of you. And we often, everybody will know that when you sort of half do something or only attempt something or just dabble in something, it doesn't blossom, it doesn't grow into fruition. But when you fully apply yourself to something and fully focus and discipline yourself to do something, that's when the rewards come, and that's when things come to fruition and you get the results that you've been working towards. So while Venus is in Virgo, it is a time to really question whether you're putting enough worth on yourself. Is it time to ask for a pay rise? Is it time to have a deep conversation with your partner about whether you feel you're being respected or honored enough within that relationship? And also perhaps to look at yourself. Are you respecting and honoring your employees or your partner or yourself? So it's a really good time while Venus is in Virgo to really look at our deep values within ourselves and how to be more and more authentic. What you think of yourself on the inside has to be what you project outside. So this is where we're really focusing, and I talked about this before, in 2025 being the year of authenticity and alignment. What goes on out there has to have as little effect on what goes on inside of here as possible. We need to only absorb the good and the positive to keep in alignment, rather than allowing all the chaos and all the negativity out there to throw us out of alignment. So while Venus is in Virgo, we really get to look at how we go about our language of love, because Venus very much represents our language of love. So while she's in Virgo, the language of love that most of us will be feeling or wanting to act on will be the act of service, wanting to do acts of service, acts of kindness for the people that you love or people that are important to you. It's not so much a time of great big, Venus and Leo is much more about great big demonstrations of love and fanfares and all the rest of it. But while she's in Virgo, it becomes a lot more humble and a lot more sort of contained and not so out there and extroverted. But it doesn't mean that you're not able to love just as much or feel things just as much. And so Venus also rules money. And so while Venus is in Virgo, we also have the opportunity to look at what we're doing with our money. Are you making your money work for you? Or are you being, have you swept those worries or those attitudes under the carpet and you're not really dealing with your financial situation? Venus in Virgo will be a little bit of a wake-up call to get organized, to get your ducks in a row as much as you possibly can with the proverbial ducks. And to really see, what can I do to feel more, to feel safer and more secure financially by being more organized, by having things in a better place, to really know my money. I think a lot of people out there, have their salary or whatever they earn, but they don't really look at where it goes or what they actually do with it. And I mean, we're in a time now where things are becoming tight for a lot of people around the world. Inflation, everything is the cost of living is going up hugely, particularly here in New Zealand. And so it's a real concern for a lot of people. So we've got to be, Venus in Virgo gives you the opportunity to not, it's sort of to tighten your belt, but at the same time not tighten it in a way where you're decreasing your worth in any way. Not to take a discount or a drop in salary or your pay or anything like that just to please other people or just to keep someone else happy, because that deflates your worth. You should never discount your services unless you're offering something special. Every time you do something like that, you take a little bit of value off yourself. And whether you feel it consciously or unconsciously, it does happen. You're just decreasing your value a little bit, and you're buying into what other people think that you're worth, rather than buying into what you think you are worth. The more worth you put on yourself, the more of an energy that puts out there, and then other people you will attract to you will be the same type of people that want to put that equal worth on you or more. But the more you devalue your worth and think you're not good enough, or you're not capable, or you'll just take that instead of that, that's what you'll attract as well. So it's a really great time with Venus and Virgo to look at your values, your ethics, and where you kind of get in your own way and stop your ability to manifest, or stop your ability to attract more to you because you don't think you're worth it. So do some work on yourselves during this transit. So this goes on from the 19th of September until the 13th of October. So enjoy this, put that big value on yourself, and get that work done. Talk to you soon. Bye.